Hello. Today I'm excited to share with you one of my recipes. It's called Picadillo Chaffles. So in a recent live stream with Bart K, there was a question about chaffles. Do you eat them? What do you think about them? And Bart wasn't familiar. I just happened to have a recipe. This is what Picadillo chaffles look like. Um, you can make this as carnivore as you want. In fact, you can make it close to 100% carnivore, although in order to do the picadillo correctly, you do need a little bit of tomato sauce. But you can play around with the ingredients if you want to keep it 100% carnivore yourself. So this is what they look like. This is a chaffle stuffed with picadillo and garnished with some cilantro and onions. So let me show you my website. And here's the recipe for picadillo chaffles. First thing, what the heck is a chaffle? A chaffle is essentially a cheese waffle. It is made using, you can use any waffle maker. This is the most popular one. I have two of these. They are $10. They make the perfect size for little tortillas, as you saw in my picture. So what you do is you combine 2 eggs and a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, and that makes about 4 chaffles. And I would say 4 chaffles is a pretty good amount of food for one person. It depends on how much you eat, of course. You can always make more if you need to, but 4 chaffles is pretty good, especially if you stuff it full of this picadillo. So what's picadillo? Picadillo is basically Puerto Rican chili without beans. And I used to eat picadillo all the time when I was younger. I had a Puerto Rican friend that I used to go over their house and I would have picadillo and I loved it. And we would always have it with rice and beans on the side. But I figured, why not be able to enjoy picadillo with this chaffle and eat it kind of like a taco, but it's really, really flavorful. All right, so what do you need? Well, you need ground beef. You need 1 packet of this Sazon Culantro y Achiote seasoning, and that looks like this. Okay, and you can normally get this at the grocery store. You can definitely get this at like a Mexican grocery store as well. So just wanted to throw that out there. You also need Goya ham seasoning, and that is here. You can find that on Amazon. This you can definitely find in your grocery store. And so and some seasonings like cumin and oregano, tomato sauce, get one without added sugar, garlic cloves. Something called sofrito, you can make your own from scratch. You can look up sofrito recipes on your own, or you can simply go to the grocery store and buy canned sofrito. And I have done that as well. You need a little bit of cilantro. Again, if you want to keep it carnivore, you can leave this out. That just adds more flavor. And one of the secrets to this recipe, aside from the ham seasoning, is the amount of adobo seasoning. Okay, so you can get this from the grocery store. And so basically, the first thing you do is you make the picadillo. It takes roughly, I would say, 20 to 30 minutes to make in total. And then you make the chaffles, and each chaffle takes about 5 minutes. If you make 2 at a time, you can make, roughly 4 in 10 minutes. So that's not that bad. And then what I do, sorry, it's a little late, so my math is a little slow here. So what I do is after I make the chaffle, I use, because I don't have a need for making muffins anymore. So what I do is I use this muffin tin here to actually, as soon as the chaffles are hot, I fold them, I put them in between this and let them cool. Okay. And at the end, you can see I have a plate, a ton of 2 pounds of picadillo. It's the most incredible kind of ground beef, Puerto Rican ground beef flavor. And then you can top it with cheese if you want. You can top it with onion, cilantro, sour cream. You can be creative. I do add blended cheese sometimes to just change the flavor, to add some more cheese flavor if you want that. And then obviously have with a side or whatever you want. But this could literally, you can just eat these chaffles with picadillo, and it's an awesome experience, and I highly recommend it. So anyway, so this is a twist on a chaffle. This is my favorite chaffle recipe, picadillo chaffles.